be seated. At this time, I would invite you to go to God in prayer. We thank you, God, the source of all life, for this home we call Centenary College. Today, we want to honor and recognize the people and traditions that have gone before us so that we can live even more fully. Here, O God, we seek and find answers so we can begin to live into new questions. Here, O God, we forge deep friendships so we might reach out to befriend the stranger. Here, O God, we philosophize and debate so we can further national and international peace. Here, O God, we improve our computational skills so we will reach out with acts of kindness that don't compute. Here, O God, we analyze the cosmos to its smallest particle so we may be in awe of the intricacy of life. Here, O God, we learn systems of politics and justice so we can eradicate the injustice in our world. Here, O God, we experience the creation of knowledge so we may begin to appreciate the mystery of our creation. We give thanks to you, the source and mystery of life, for all that we have gained here and all that we now offer the world. Today we honor our God-given paths and prepare our hearts, minds, bodies, and souls for the blessings of today and tomorrow. Amen.
Would you join me in recognizing the Centenary College Choir under the direction of Dr. David Hobson? Consul General Brunet, distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to welcome you to this Founders Day Convocation. It is my distinct honor, particularly, to recognize for the first time in robes the members of the class of 2014. Would you please stand and let us recognize you? I'd also like to welcome particularly President Emeritus Dr. Don Webb. Would other retired members of the faculty and staff who are with us today please stand? i.e. Lee Morgan. We have several dignitaries with us today that I would like to ask to stand, and if you would, hold your applause until they are all standing and we can recognize them together. From Senator Mary Landrieu's office, Michael Jackson. From Senator David Vitter's office, Chip Layton. From Congressman John Fleming's office, John Barr. Is that right? John Barr. We have State Representative Roy Burrell here with us today. City Councilman and Centenary College alumnus Jeff Everson, Bossier Parish School Board member Sam Darby. I'd like to also recognize at this time members of the council staff, Jessica Fertinel and Philippe Aldon, who are here with them today. Would you all join me in recognizing them and thanking them for being here? Earlier today, we had the honor during morning call to celebrate the service of so many to this college over the years. We handed out pins for years of service. If you received a service pin today, would you please stand and let us recognize and thank you? We also had the privilege of recognizing members of our community for distinguished awards today. First of all, I'd like to recognize the winner of the Charlton Lions Summer Research Award, Dr. Harold Christensen. The winner of the Outstanding Teacher Award, Dr. Matt Weeks. And I don't see him in here. He's probably doing something that earned him this award, but the President's Excellence Award goes to Michael Mims. We appreciate each and every one of you being here today to celebrate this Founders Day. When you think about the history of Centenary College and its enduring purpose of transforming lives for the transformation of the world, and think about the many ways that were so beautifully recited in Amanda's prayer of how our faculty and staff and students come together today with passion to continue that mission, which has been around since 1825. We know that the future is bright for Centenary College and for each of our graduates and the communities that they will in turn transform. When you think about the roots of the College of Louisiana in formerly French or Spanish-speaking parishes with a whole bunch of new English-speaking settlers and a governor coming along in a French-speaking state saying it's time to start a liberal arts college here, you know back then they probably thought they had some very challenging global issues and intercultural understanding to engage. And it was a liberal arts college that the governor decided to found so that he could help develop the citizenry and the leadership of this state so that he could see those people flourish as the state's new generation of leaders who were, from the beginning, committed to intercultural understanding and making this world a better place. And so I believe, especially as we are on the threshold of centenary in Paris, it's altogether fitting that we acknowledge our long-standing commitment to the French language and culture, indeed our relationship with the Republic of France, with our speaker today. And here to introduce our speaker is the Honorary Consul for the Republic of France in Northwest Louisiana, Arsenault Professor of French, Dr. Dana Kress.
It's so good to see all of you here today. And today, I have the honor of presenting to you the Consul General of France, Jean-Claude Brunet. But the man I am presenting to you represents a nation that profoundly deserves an invitation to any Founders Day ceremony, not just in Louisiana, but in the United States as well. After all, Iberville founded the first permanent European settlement in the Louisiana Territory in 1668, followed by the establishment of Natchitoches in 1714. In 1778, France recognized the United States of America as a sovereign nation. They were here for our founding. They signed a military alliance with the United States, went to war with Britain, built coalitions with the Netherlands and Spain that kept Britain without significant allies of its own, provided the Americans with grants, arms, loans, sent a combat army to serve under George Washington, and sent a navy that prevented the Second British Army from escaping from Yorktown in 1781. In all, the French spent what has been estimated to be 13 billion US dollars to support the founding of our nation. Today, each year, France awards nearly 2,000 grants and assistantships to young Americans, providing them financial support to further their studies. Since 1968, the year Codeville was founded, Monsieur Brunet's country has given scholarships and assistantships and hosted nearly 200 centenary students. That's more than are here today in this room. And has sent nearly 4,000 teachers to work in the schools of Louisiana. When the college asked the consulate for help in organizing Centenary in Paris, Monsieur Brunet and Philippe Ardon, the cultural attaché of the consulate, did not hesitate and responded with a resounding "we." They stepped up to the plate. Whatever we may our discussions about Centenary in Paris, they backed us. So who is this man that France has chosen as its representative to a nation and state it values so deeply, and that it has been willing to spend its blood and treasure to support? Monsieur Brunet assumed duties as Consul General of France in New Orleans in July of 2011. Prior to that, he was Deputy Director at the General Directorate for Global Issues, Development and Partnerships for the Ministry for Foreign and European Affairs. Since he entered the French Ministry for Foreign and European Affairs in 1992, Monsieur Brunet has successively served at the Department of Strategic Affairs, Non-Proliferation and Disarmament, as First Secretary at the French Embassy in Bonn, and at the Permanent Mission of France to the United Nations in New York City. From 2003 to 2006, he was assigned to the Council of the European Union in Brussels as seconded national expert. In 2009 and 2010, Monsieur Jean-Claude Brunet was diplomatic advisor of the Minister for Labor, Social Affairs, Solidarity, Family, and Urban Affairs. He was born in 1966. He's done a lot. He's married and he has 3 children. Now, I would like to ask the people in this room, anybody who has a grandmother, a grandfather, a great-grandmother with a French name or French heritage or Cajun, please stand up. Anybody who knows a Cotefield teacher or had a Cotefield teacher, please stand up. Anybody who is thankful that France came to our help as our ally in the Revolutionary War, please stand up. And put them together for Monsieur Brunet to thank him. Thank you.
Chers amis, bonjour. What an honor, an immense pleasure to stand before you this morning. What a unique experience. Thank you warmly so much, President David Rove, Dr. Diana Kress, Honorary Consul of France in Shreveport, for your kind invitation. Greetings to all the students, the class of 2014 especially, faculty members, parents, trustees, state representatives, and all of you here present today. It is indeed an immense privilege for me as the Consul General of France in Louisiana to share this Founders Day convocation with you, together with my colleagues present with me today, Philippe Aldon and Jessica Fertinel. It is indeed a privilege since your college has a long history linked to the history of Louisiana. And I've seen that the heritage dates back to very early times of the Louisiana, the birth of the Louisiana state. And with all to the College of Orléans, which then became the College of Louisiana, which you took over as Centenary College of Louisiana. You are therefore indeed the most legitimate part, even in this geographical, very northern part of Louisiana, of that deep-rooted cultural history between Louisiana and France that Dr. Kress was just remembering to us. But actually there is much more than that. You have developed at the Centenary College a pattern of student exchanges with France that you continue, and I would like very much to greet my compatriots. I know that there are 5 students from France. Je voulais saluer particulièrement nos compatriotes de Lille, les étudiants lillois. But as I said, there is much more than this history. This exchange, student exchanges, these programs, this openness to the international exchanges. And I wanted also especially to congratulate Centenary College for its pioneering role in the state of Louisiana for the program called Escadrille Louisiane, which was worked out by Dr. Kress with the Cotefield, especially Dr. William Arsenault, his president, and a program which helps develop student exchange programs with the University of Rennes for the training of teachers of French from Louisiana, and thus bringing a major step forward the cause defended by the Cotefield since 1968, so the development of the renaissance of the French language in Louisiana, and promoting local ownership of the francophone and bilingual future of this state. Indeed, French is something the French language is something we share. It is not a foreign language in Louisiana. And I can see and hear it throughout the state whenever I'm visiting schools, especially immersion schools, and meeting the students, their parents, the teachers. And as Dr. Kress has reminded, we are very pleased and honored to have been partnering with Louisiana with the secondment and the sending of teachers over the years since the 1970s, since the President Pompidou decided in the 70s to support Louisiana in that endeavor. But now there is again with this program Escadrille, with the ownership in Louisiana for this future, an exciting opportunity for a new step in our cooperation with Louisiana, and Centenary College is at the heart of it, is the avant-garde, is the pioneer in that regard. So that is really something I would like to remember, and I would like to praise and congratulate the leadership of this Centenary College for having taken that step. And I would like to say that, but really the historical moment I'm proud to be part today at your Founders Day event 2014 is the newest project called Centenary in Paris, which really gives with Un Américain à Paris and George Gershwin the idea of let's go to Paris and dance. And really, indeed, when I heard about the project and knowing about this, your very kind invitation, if 200 freshmen from Centenary College will soon go to Paris, I definitely, as Consul of France in New Orleans, needed to go to Shreveport. That's the least I could do. We of course will welcome this initiative and will support it, and to really to make it a big success. It is anyway always a great pleasure for me to come to Centenary College and to Shreveport. So much is going on here. Thanks to the Centenary College, especially in our connections with France. I will tell you, the people down south in New Orleans or other places, they sometimes tend not to believe me. Why are you going to Shreveport? But I tell them, you will see, you will be surprised. Louisiana State indeed as a whole has a genuine intercultural DNA, a special feeling what it means to be part of this global world. And that's not just for one city or one region in Louisiana, that's really whole of Louisiana. And I'm proud, I'm happy to be here today and be part of your project. And in today's modern world, with the digital age, wherever you live on this planet, the geography and the physical distances are not an issue. And so there it happens that your college has developed very early on its tradition of openness to foreign cultures and the values of intercultural dialogue and experience, thanks to your leaders. And I would like to congratulate especially President Rowe in that respect. And then one day you make this major step, another one, Centenary in Paris. All first-year students starting their college studies with immersive study in Paris, France, this August. At the Consulate of France in New Orleans, we are greatly honored to be part of this project, and we will support you in any way we can to make this experience a most valuable one, an experience that the students will never forget. I hope they may be tempted to come back later, enjoy our country and its culture, maybe even pursue their studies at one of our universities, doing business or research, learn French, or just enjoy life. I have really one main message I would like to pass on to the students who visit our country. Open your eyes, open your ears, and discover Paris. As one modern artist has once said, and please take it in a positive way, expect the unexpected. That would be the motto. You will be surprised to see that some cliches are right, but the reality is there is so much more to discover. And also, one important fact, French people have improved their knowledge of English, maybe not their accent, as you can see. So if they listen to you and switch to English, do not be upset. It's not that your French is bad, it's just that they are proud to test their English. Another important point, we love Americans, especially in Paris, because we know that you are always the best lovers of our capital. So, outside French people. So if you say that you are from Louisiana, you get 2 times more questions and 2 times more expressions of friendship. We just had a week ago an historical moment, also in our bilateral Franco-American relationship. We had the state visit of the President of the French Republic, François Hollande, in Washington. The last one dates back to 1996. The old friendship between our nations was celebrated. Both presidents visited Monticello and the house of Thomas Jefferson, ambassador of the United States in Paris, a great friend of France and one of the founding fathers of the United States. Since these times, the time also of Lafayette, Rochambeau, the French soldiers, officers who fought for the American independence, our 2 nations share an old friendship, but also a common present and future endeavor to support common values, indeed universal values. Our 2 nations owe to each other their very existence through history. That creates a special relationship. When I am, as Consul of France, bestowing the Legion of Honor to United States veterans who fought in World War II for the liberation of France and Europe, it is always for me the most intense and moving experience as a representative of my country. It speaks to the heart and to the highest sense for the honor of the combatants and their humanity. It should come to no surprise that it was a great American lady and a great Frenchman, Eleanor Roosevelt and René Cassin, who together wrote the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in the aftermath of World War II. We will celebrate again this friendship and our continued fight for these values of liberty and human dignity next June in Normandy for the 70th anniversary of D-Day, where President Obama and President Hollande and many other guests and the Queen of England, Great Britain would be present. Your visit in October will come at a indeed very special moment in our bilateral relationship. Since I understand that one of your subjects of study for Centenary in Paris is the French writer, poet, and senator Victor Hugo, the famous writer of Les Misérables, novel Les Misérables, I would warmly support your choice, since he really symbolizes this commitment to uphold these common values we share. Victor Hugo did not visit your country, but he dreamed of a United States of Europe in 1849, which would be built on precisely these core values of the American experience and the democracies in France and Europe. 150 years later, this dream is definitely coming nearer than ever, and France and the United States are key partners to help foster the transatlantic partnership. Victor Hugo is also one of the old French writers which is still very much contemporary and among the most read around the globe. Let me therefore also remind the great future of the francophonie, of the French-speaking world, and mention that today 250 million speakers spread over the 5 continents speak our common language, so French. And each time I speak to the young people, I would like to retain a very impressive figure. Actually, in less than 40 years from now, 1 billion people in the world will speak French, thanks in particular to Africa. That's another reason to invest in French. That's a reason also for Louisiana to pursue its investment in the francophonie. Centenary College plays therefore a great pioneering role, and we are proud and honored to be your partners. My warmest thanks again to all of you. Long live the United States of America, vive la France, vive la Louisiane, et vive le Centenary College of Louisiana.
Thank you so much for your words and for your expression of partnership and commitment to Centenary College and to the values that we hold in common. Would you all please stand now and join in the singing of our alma mater and remain standing for our benediction by Megan Daigle.
And now receive this benediction. Do no harm, love more, judge less, and go in peace.